Amplify science, ecosystem restoration. Matter makes it all up. Matter Makes It All Up by Rochelle Urban and Ashley Chase. At first glance, an ecosystem may seem like a bunch of unrelated things that just happen to be in the same place. Different kinds of animals are running, swimming, or flying around. Plants are growing in various shapes and sizes. Besides all these living organisms, there are also non-living parts in the ecosystem, like rocks, water, and air. How are the parts connected? For example, think of some parts in a Florida swamp ecosystem. What do a rock, a cypress tree, an alligator, and a heron really have in common? An ecologist is a scientist who studies ecosystems. To an ecologist, the parts of an ecosystem have something very important in common. In fact, you could say they are all the same deep down. All the parts of an ecosystem are made of matter. Matter makes up the air, water, soil, rocks, animals, plants, and everything else. Matter is made up of tiny atoms that are too small to see. There are many different kinds of atoms, and these atoms can combine to form a huge number of different kinds of molecules. Individually, atoms and molecules are too small to see. However, billions and trillions of atoms and molecules together can make up a rock, a tree, a bird, or even an alligator. The photo on the left shows a few organisms in the Everglades swamp ecosystem. What does it really mean to say that an animal is made of matter? If you could look inside the body of an alligator, you would see muscles, bones, blood, and different body systems. All of the parts of an alligator are made of matter. For example, let's zoom in on a muscle. The muscle is made up of smaller parts. Those parts are made up of even smaller parts, which are made up of molecules. These molecules are made up of atoms. All are matter. This is a close-up of a muscle as seen through a microscope. Here is an even closer view of the matter that makes up a muscle. This image shows the model of a molecule that makes up muscles. We can really show what the molecules look like. The individual molecules are too small to see, even with a microscope. A full-grown alligator may weigh 360 kilograms or 800 pounds. That's a lot of matter. Well, where does it come from? How does an alligator grow to be so big? Alligators and other animals never stop growing. Even an adult animal that has stopped getting bigger keeps growing new skin and blood. If an animal gets wounded or breaks a bone, its body can grow to repair the damaged parts. All that new bone, muscle, blood, and skin doesn't appear from nothing. Since an animal is made of matter, when it grows, it needs to add more matter to its bones, muscles, and other parts. That's how animals grow. Alligators are about 15 centimeters or 6 inches long when they hatch, but they can grow to be about 4 meters or 13 feet long. The new matter needed for growth comes from what an animal eats. Food is also made of matter. When an animal eats food, it is eating billions and billions of atoms and molecules. These atoms and molecules are all matter that the animal uses to grow. Inside the animal's body, the food molecules are broken down and used to build new molecules that make up bone, blood, muscle, skin, and other body parts. This alligator is eating a bird it caught in the swamp. Not all the matter that an animal eats gets added to the animal's body. Some of the matter isn't used by the animal. This matter ends up as a different kind of waste, including droppings. More important, the animal uses some of the food matter to get energy. When an animal uses matter to get energy, that matter is changed and released as gases into the air. Not all the matter from food ends up as part of an animal's body. Some of the matter becomes droppings, like the alligator droppings shown above. The animal also uses some of the matter to get energy, changing the matter and releasing it into the air. Ecologists think a lot about eating. Eating is one of the most important ways that matter moves through an ecosystem. All the animals in an ecosystem need to eat. Most of these animals are also eaten by some other animal. In order to understand an ecosystem, it's important to figure out what eats what. Figuring out what eats what can be difficult. An ecosystem may have countless organisms of many different kinds. All those different kinds of organisms interact in complicated ways. To find out what each kind of animal eats, scientists collected data. They observed animals in nature and record what the animals eat. If scientists find a dead animal, they may observe the inside of its stomach. That way they can gather data about what the animal ate before it died. Scientists also look at data that other scientists have collected in the past. This bird is eating a fish it caught in the swamp. These ecologists are gathering data about tiny animals that live in a swamp. Ecologists need lots of data to figure out what eats what. Ecologists make diagrams to show what eats what in an ecosystem. Let's look at the example of an alligator again. Alligators often eat birds called great blue herons. Great blue herons often eat carp, a kind of fish. Carp often eat bladderwort, a kind of plant that grow in swamps. A diagram showing how these animals interact is called a food chain. The arrows in a food chain diagram show the direction that matter moves through an ecosystem. When a carp eats a bladderwort plant, some of the matter from the plant gets turned into part of the body of the carp. When a heron eats the carp, some of the matter from that carp gets turned into part of the body of the heron. When an alligator eats the heron, some of the matter from the heron gets turned into part of the body of the alligator. The same matter that made up the bladderwort plant eventually ends up as part of the alligator's body. Where did the matter that made up the bladderwort plant come from? Plants don't eat, but they do take in matter from the air and water. They use this matter to make their food. Plants can use that food to help build their bodies. Only plants and plant-like organisms, such as algae, can take in matter from non-living things and use it to make food. That's why you will find plants or algae at the beginning of almost every food chain. American alligator, great blue heron, grass carp, bladderwort plant. Notice the direction of the arrows in this diagram. A food chain helps trace the way matter moves through an ecosystem, but it doesn't give the whole picture. A food chain just shows one food for each animal, but most animals eat more than one kind of food. To understand an ecosystem better, ecologists combine many food chains together to make a food web. A food web shows that some animals eat more than one kind of food. It shows that some organisms are eaten by more than one kind of animal. Food webs show how lots of different food chains are connected. On the next page is a food chain for the alligator's ecosystem. It shows that alligators don't just eat herons, they also eat raccoons. marsh rabbits, frogs, and carp. In fact, most of the organisms in a food web eat or are eaten by many other organisms. This food web still doesn't show all the different relationships in this ecosystem. There are thousands of kinds of organisms in the ecosystem, and the food web only shows a few of them. The food web also doesn't show any of the non-living parts of the ecosystem, like air, water, and rocks. Still, matter moves back and forth between living and non-living things all the time. For example, whenever an animal breathes in or out, matter moves through the ecosystem in complicated ways that are challenging to trace, but it is still all the same matter. Bladderwort plant, grass carp, American alligator. Marsh grass, marsh rabbit, American alligator. If you follow each of these lines, you will follow a different food chain, but put together, they make a food web. When ecologists look at ecosystems, they see matter moving and changing, going from one point of the ecosystem to another. Matter from a bladderwort plant will someday become part of the body of an alligator. Matter from the body of an alligator will someday become part of the air and soil. In an ecosystem, the same matter keeps getting recycled over and over. It becomes part of many different living things and non-living things. Alligators, rocks, birds, plants, and air. Matter makes up everything in the ecosystem. Glossary. Algae. Plant-like organisms such as seaweed that live in freshwater or saltwater and have no flowers or roots. Atom. A tiny piece of matter that is too small to see. Data. Observations or measurements recorded in an investigation. Diagram. An illustration that shows how something works or what its parts are. Ecologist, a scientist who studies ecosystems. Ecosystem, a community of organisms together with its environment. Energy, the ability to make things move or change. Food web, a diagram that shows what eats what in an ecosystem. Interact, to affect one another. Matter, the stuff that things are made of. Model, something scientists make to answer questions about the real world. Molecule, a group of atoms joined together in a particular way. Observe, to use any of the 5 senses to gather information about something. Organism, a living thing such as a plant or an animal. Record, to draw or write down information. Soil, a mixture of rocks, water, air, parts of dead organisms, and tiny living organisms. System, a group of parts that work together.